I'm going to gem the new Monolith arrow to maxed level. Whilst upgrading it, I will test various strategies at different level thresholds, and at level 27, I'll see if I can 3-star in the Clan War Leagues. This epic is unlocked as part of the Anime Fury event, so let's dive straight in. I already have an event pass, which I purchased previously on the Supercell store, so let's go ahead and activate that. That will instantly get us some of the Meow medals, and it leaves us just short. 3,100 required for the Monolith arrow. However, I will be needing to purchase a lot of the ore to upgrade it. So let's go over to the Supercell store. Oh, there's actually a free gift of a chest. Why don't I go ahead and claim that before I make the purchases? Alongside that, I guess we will get 2 lots of the 6,000 medals. Code Judo is already entered. That is a way you can support my channel before purchases. It's much appreciated. If you make your purchases on the store, you will get some bonus items as well. Whilst that goes through, let's open my free chest. Can you imagine if I get some ore with it? Oh my gosh, it upgraded to an epic. And then my items got delivered. My free book of heroes for purchasing on the store. Bunch of gems, but there is the Meow medals. Let's see what's inside this epic chest. Book of spells. But my storage is full because I'm always making purchases on the Supercell store to try and stack my magic items ready for updates. And yeah, I have 11 book of spells. So unfortunately, this one is just going to get sold for gems. Might as well do it now. However, back to the trader shop. We can now purchase the Monolith arrow, and then I can begin upgrading it. I do want to make sure I get this super deco because I always get the different items. However, before I begin upgrading the Monolith arrow, let's test it out at level 1. So whilst I will teach you 4 different approaches with the Monolith arrow, for this first one, I have to go to the cookbook because I had the privilege of building armies for every town hall level. There is a guide linked to this, which would take you to my YouTube video. However, I will showcase what I taught at Town Hall 18 first, and I'm going to modify this by using the frozen arrow alongside it once we get to the war attack. Let's activate the super wall breaker, get my clan castle troops, and find ourselves a base. Finally, found a base. I ran off and did a couple of things before because it was taking forever. However, you need to set up pathing for your dragons, and you support that with the queen charge. So I'm actually going to start over this side. Giant arrow through 2 air defense. We get a sweeper there as well, which is phenomenal. Let's then get the healers in. Let's see which way the queen wants to go. Let's take this out. We might actually need to invis the Tesla. Yeah, I'm going to invis here to force the queen in. Fantastic. Because we need to set out pathing for the dragons. And that also means like deeper into the base. With a Monolith arrow, as soon as you deploy the dragons, or like the bulk of your army, the effectiveness will go down. After 180 units, the Monolith arrow effectiveness decreases. The queen counts as 25 units. The pet does not count. The healers do, naturally, but spells do not. Neither does your siege machine. So we're just going to get some value here. And then once we've got that pathing, we'll recall the queen. Just got the wizard tower. Definitely got greedy there. I can put the queen back to the bottom here, though. Let her take out a couple of these buildings, and then we're actually going to let the dragons and the queen support each other, because the dragons can now fly direct into the town hall area, look. And the Monolith arrow, even at level 1, deals 9.5% bonus damage. That is based on the hit points of the target she is attacking, and that's on top of her regular damage. So she can rip through high HP buildings very, very quickly. Just keeping an eye here. I haven't seen many Seeking Air Mines or anything go off, but I will use the Warden ability now. You see them starting to go off. Let's overgrowth the Revenge Tower because I can't get to that quickly, and we'll go with the Dragon Duke at the far side. We'll break the queen in here. And then, yeah, let's just keep an eye. Let's freeze the splash in the middle of the base. We can minion prince ability now. Just trying to wait on the Dragon Duke ability until maybe that Monolith came back alive. Let's freeze. Ooh, what do we even freeze here? We don't need anything, in all honesty. Dragon Duke ability will be great now to stun everything. And you can see how effective this is, right? You basically use the queen charge on one side of the base to set up pathing for the dragons. The giant arrow is great to take out air defense or an air sweeper. Recall the queen to the other side. and she walks down the flank while the dragons go through. But I do want to teach a ground attack once we've upgraded it to level 9. And like I said, I will adjust this army because I really like the frozen arrow, and we will use that moving to the Clan War League attack. Let's actually just double check how long is left. Okay, 3 hours. Perfect. And it looks like we can either attack base 15 or base 4, which is the same as 6, which hasn't been attacked yet. So we will go with this. I'll come up with the plan later. Let's get that called. And perfect. Let's get to the upgrading. We should be able to get it to level 9 basically straight away because the upgrades don't cost very much. And honestly, talking about like minimum levels for equipment, you could use this at level 9 because you will notice that the damage, the extra damage you get, it's already at 10% here. It only goes up to 14 at 27. At level 9, that will be up to 11 because every 3 levels you get 0.5% of an increase. After that, it's really the damage reduction the queen takes, which isn't as big of a factor. It's really good because it helps with your queen charges, but the percentage damage on offense, that's really what you're using this equipment for. So let's use it at level 9. There is the passive ability that I was talking about. After 180 units, it decreases in effectiveness. Then 250 units. I'll quickly flash a chart on your screen so you can see that for the different levels. However, let's go ahead and build out a ground army. So one thing that I do really like about the Monolith Arrow is pairing it in combination with the Grand Warden. I did teach this in that best Monolith Arrow attack strategy video, but essentially we can use the Angry Jelly alongside it. Let's go with... I'm going to show the frozen arrow at the end. I think that's safer for queen charges and it's really effective. But actually, we could go with the magic mirror for more power as we move through the base. And we'd want to go with the rage gem. That's the whole point in putting the warden with the queen. I'll actually go with Diggy to support the queen charge here initially. Do like the Dragon Duke on the back end, but let's go with the Phoenix because we will use the Barbarian King to funnel the ground army into the base. Why don't I build the rest of this and then we can just get into the attack from there. Since I don't want to go boosting other super troops, I've gone with the throwers for this attack. You could naturally use super bowlers or super yetis. Maybe I'll adjust it in the attack afterwards because one thing I would like to try is maybe the fireball alongside this approach with the queen and the warden. Let's maybe try that once I get it to level 18 and then I'll stick with something a bit more safe for the war attack. But let me find a base to show you this ground approach. Oh, brilliant. This is a great base layout as well. So what do we look for here? We've got to try and get the throwers through the base, but we do want to try and take advantage of the Monolith Arrow first. I think I'm going to go far side here, charge one of the Rage Tower compartments, and then we could log launcher through the other with the throwers, hit the Town Hall from the back. So, because we've got the Angry Jelly on the Queen, we can predict the pathing a little bit better. Honestly, we could get it straight onto the Monolith defense by going Queen, Cocoloon, Healers... Warden. That gives us the rage on the Warden. We don't have the damage reduction on the Queen, so we do have to be very, very careful here. If the ability goes off, it's not the end of the world. Less than ideal her going around. I was debating using the rage, the invis there, but to be honest, it's not that bad as long as the Warden doesn't do some silly stuff. So we can use a totem to help. Queen should be able to reach all of this, and we can recall after we get that multi-archer tower. Come on, Queen. Okay, let's recall now. Okay, so we left some healers, but that's not the end of the world because we're going to put the Queen and the Warden back down here. Pull the healers down. We'll just let them funnel a little bit first. They're going to go across to the left. We can use Ice Golem, King, Log Launcher. Use these, and then we can get the throwers in. Okay, so we've got nice pathing from that initial push. We'll go Queen ability to try and push, or King ability, sorry, to try and push through that compartment really quickly. Do have to be careful on the rages and stuff. Let's freeze that. And I think, where do we go? Overgrowth. Let's overgrowth this middle section just to keep everything together, pushing through the base. Because we've got a little bit of a split. Our healers are on one thrower, which is less than ideal, but we've got the Warden ability to adapt. Let's go with the Warden ability now. We've got the Stun Blaster at the top. And this is where the damage reduction of the Monolith Arrow as we get further up will be really, really helpful. So we can use the Magic Mirror to push through this area now, since we're into a high damage spot. The cloned queens do not count. They are not getting the benefit of the Monolith Arrow. Only your primary queen does. However, you can see that the charge at the start worked really well. Just being able to have the rage effect of the Warden to charge an area meant that we could do that really quickly, and then you can just recall to the rest of your ground approach. Now, we've seen this in the Town Hall 17 days with like Root Riders and Valkyries towards the end in esports. Town Hall 18, you could still do that. I think you can go into these ground approaches much better. However, I do want to try this with the Fireball. Like, if I could charge the Queen and the Warden and then ice block them, maybe we could Fireball somewhere and get clever. But before we do that, we have to upgrade this to level 18. Which means we will get a bit more damage reduction, because I feel like I definitely was at risk of losing the Queen there. So this damage reduction will be very nice. Plus, we'll deal a bit of extra damage from the Monolith Arrow as well. Will we have enough ore? That is the question. I haven't been attacking, honestly, the last few months, like, that much. I wasn't doing too well. I actually decided to start recording a little mini-series getting to Legend League. They're actually all getting worked on in the background. However, foreshadowing, done for future videos. Monolith Arrow level 18, but we will definitely run out of shiny ore relatively soon. But let's change this army. So let's go Fireball with this. Oh, this is going to be fun. Honestly, this is going to be fun. Let's get rid of Diggy. I feel like it just went down really quickly. Sneezy is probably better for the healers. We are going to need an Ice Block and Earthquakes. So let's get rid of the Overgrowth. Earthquake spells, I guess we'll get rid of a freeze because we will need the ice block. We're going to need more invis than that as well. So let's get, are we going to need the revive? No, surely not. No, that's kind of like a backup spell. So let's take 2 invis in there because we never know. We might need those for the Fireball. Let's just stick with the throwers. Honestly, I feel like the Angry Jelly is probably not needed to set up the Fireball. You can use it, obviously. Let's actually go with Sneezy on the Queen, so we've got the buggers out in front. And then on the Warden, we can go with Raven, maybe? Or the... Maybe the Unicorn on the Warden. Let's try that. But let's make sure to find a base. This is what I have to trawl through in order to find a somewhat maxed base for you. And also one that is a good layout. Battle mode is so up and down, man. Sometimes you get great bases, other times you do not. Okay, this is actually a great layout. Very popular in Legends. Where do we start? Do we just, I mean, you could just Fireball early here, right? To set up the Queen charge, or do we try and Fireball the core? Fireballing the core might be the better option. 1, 2, oh gosh, I don't know. I just don't know. All right, let's start at the top. Let's see. See, some rocket loons would be great to snipe off some of these defenses to make sure that we can actually do what we need. If I send in another wall break, can we actually get in towards that revenge tower? I should have used a totem. We can reach anyway. What am I talking about? All right, if we get the revenge tower down and the defenses to the flank of it, we can then get the Fireball to the middle. This should work. Baby Dragon on the outside now. Queen? What are you doing? Like, oh my gosh. Get the revenge tower, please. All right, okay. Do we need to ice block? We really don't. The ice block was just like an added. Okay, Queen's on the wall. Warden, stop where you're going, my friend. Let's go here. Wait, the Warden's over there now, though. The Warden is the one with the Fireball. Goodness me, that was hectic. I mean, it worked. Okay, now let's go, throwers in here. Do we go log launcher? Do we swap to something else now? I wish I had a siege barracks for the left side of the base, because we kind of need that. Let's go log launcher from here. I guess I'll put the king in right at the end. Log launcher is honestly just to help, like, deal some extra damage towards the end when we're really going to hit everything together. But that, I mean, honestly, that was super fun. It's worked. It's kind of worked. Let's freeze that fire spitter just so I don't have to use my queen ability quite yet. Let's go king, queen ability, king ability. We can use the totem, the freeze, the headhunter. As everything gets closer to this bottom section, we will rage. Dragon Duke is still powering through up there. And honestly, there's nothing going to stop this army. Just look at it go. Time could actually stop us. Let's get those in there. But yeah, we are good. Wow. Can't believe that worked. All right, I'm going to keep testing with that because honestly, I love the fireball and I want it to be meta again. I mean, maybe with modifiers in Legend, it might be different, but that was fun either way. That's 3 approaches to use it. I'm now going to show you what I think is the best approach once I have maxed this equipment to level 27. So let's do that before I get into the Clan War League attack. And I don't know how far we're going to get here. I actually have more than enough Starry Ore, but I wasn't expecting Glowy to be the problem. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's take a look in the track. We do need to get like probably to the end of this in all honesty, because there's so much ore within the track that I don't want to miss out on any of this. Like, look at all of the glowy ore. I think it's like 600, isn't it? An extra 530 on top of the 400. So 1,000 glowy ore from the track. So I can quickly mass Valkyrie a bunch of that. We didn't even get enough to upgrade it 1 level. Let's buy all of this. Okay. It's sold out. Might need to use some with gems, but that does let us go to level 21. Now we're out of shiny ore, but what I do like to use the prospector for, because the conversion rate to starry ore from your shiny ore isn't a great conversion. Like, that's 2,000 gems worth of shiny ore for 70 gems worth of starry ore. But I love converting it the other way. Thank you so much. I will take that. But that still doesn't give us enough. So why don't I progress through this track? I'll be buying the rest of the gems anyway, but I'll quickly do some Valkyrie farming attacks. I think we've got more than enough time in the war. Yeah, 2.5 hours. Oh, I don't even need to do Valkyrie farming attacks. What am I talking about? I quickly upgraded some stuff before, but all I need to do is take down the event buildings, don't I? A lot of the time that's easier to do with the Valkyries and not like even look at where they were. Obviously, I missed some of them there, but okay, there's one on the outside, another one on the outside, and then we have the storage. Phenomenal. 200 coins. Is that all I get per attack? Oh, sometimes you can spot 2 of them. I saw 2 on the outside. I don't know where the 3rd one was. it was up there, the gold storage. I seen it at the last moment. All right, this might take a little bit, but I will quickly blast through here and then come back once I'm at the end of the event track. 16,000 lucky coins. So let's get all of this collected. The ore, the meow medals, and obviously my lucky cat decoration as well. I should be able to claim everything. I could use the mighty morsel to boost this to max level, but hey, that's no fun. And at least this video, I was able to test it out at different level thresholds, because the last piece of equipment, they gave a boost event at the very start of the event, which was great, but now they've actually given it for the end of the event, since a lot of people last event felt like they couldn't use the boost period getting things to max level because, well, they hadn't unlocked it yet. So on the 11th of June through to the 16th, you can actually use this equipment at max level, so long as you have it unlocked. Now, I bought the extra medals in order to, I tell you what, why don't I very quickly, I'm a bit of a collector. I never go to the clan capital other than to spam my clan capital raids. I never actually even use these clan house decorations, but I always like to make sure I get them. Let's keep some of the medals just in case, because we might need some starry ore. I think it's only like 450, say only 450 starry ore to get an equipment to fully maxed. We only have 12,000 shiny ore. We're probably going to need some more of that, including the glowy ore. So straight away, shiny ore, but we've got it to level 25. I'm going to pair it with the frozen arrow. You've seen me use it with the giant arrow. With the monolith arrow being a passive piece of equipment, it's great to pair it alongside any of them like that, where giant arrow used straight away. Magic mirror I've showed you as well. Cloned queens are not impacted from it, but you could expect that. However, being a passive piece of equipment, you can kind of pair it with anything, to be honest. Fantastic! Going to level 27, we actually only need the shiny ore. Wow. I can't believe I got enough glowy and starry out of the event track, so it was definitely worth going through that. And have I literally purchased the exact amount needed? I'm going to test this out. So we can get 3 more packs of this. That would be 1,050. I think I might have got things to perfection. Oh gosh, I have. I thought I jinxed myself. Upgraded button is there. Monolith arrow. Oh, it is literally to perfection. 5 shiny ore left. The event medals, I didn't have enough to purchase 1 more pack of shiny ore. What a coincidence, but we've got the monolith arrow to maxed level. And again, what I would like to show is this army. This was the very first time I trophy pushed in Legend League. I brought you a video on this, going over the entire season, trying to master this strategy. Then I went on to Root Riders and Valkyries, where I finished 3rd in Legend League. But let's use this army because this was that Queen Charge Dragon army that I really liked. But we'll swap it to the Frozen Arrow. And actually, I'm not even sure we need the wall breaks. So let's take a look at this. Okay. So if we flew behind this fire spitter, we go behind the sweeper pointing to the town hall, we'd have to giant arrow the other sweeper. We could do that from the wizard tower at the bottom left, giant arrow through the air defense, through the sweeper. We don't need to wall break into that compartment. We actually already set up the funnel with the giant arrow, taking out the air defense. We could take out the clan castle troops, the multi-inferno tower, then recall the queen and send her to the right side, where we need one wall breaker for the monolith. But honestly, I think that works great. Question is it worth breaking the queen into that one compartment when the dragons would be tanking up there anyway? But we could take some rocket loons to adapt. Like if there's Tesla here, we could quickly funnel that so the queen doesn't walk around the side. I would actually like to send the queen to that right side of the base first to really utilize the monolith arrow over there, because the monolith arrow boosted damage would mean she could rip through these defenses really quick. We could recall the queen to below the wizard tower and the giant arrow would probably hit both of those, but the healers would be right on top of the queen. They might end up going down, so that's risky. We have less impact from the monolith arrow over to this right side if we recall over there, but I feel it's safer. We can just use spells. So that's a kind of a brief explanation as to what I'm planning to do there. Let's get rid of the 2 wall breaks. Take the rocket loons. How many do we take? Do we fit 2? We might need more than that. I'm thinking of dropping a dragon, taking a bunch of other rocket loons. That looks better. Here we go. One thing, I did just talk about the plan with the giant arrow, but I want to show you the frozen arrow. However, we've got the overgrowth. In all honesty, I would probably overgrowth this sweeper anyway alongside the air defense. Then we can send the Dragon Duke in behind the fire spitter. I think that's the play here. Are we good? I think we're good. Let's go. Okay, come on. Frozen arrow. Okay, so where do we place the queen so she's safe? I think right in front of the wizard tower, in all honesty. Here. Healers. That should keep the healers out of the way of the air defense and the multi. We just got to be careful of Tesla here so that the queen doesn't walk. Okay, we do have ice golems. We've got a furnace as well. So let's poison. Did I miss the furnace? I did. Oh, rip, Judo. Rip. Okay, we got the... Ridiculous. What is hitting the queen so hard? The expo? Ooh, good job we hit the healers because that could have been a nightmare. Okay, I've used a rage spell because we were struggling and I missed the furnace. Good job, Judo. Okay, no Tesla there, so that's good. We've got to be careful on the invis because if I turn the queen invisible and the fire mites go to the healers as they did, then we could lose the healers and that's going to be rip the attack. So once we get this, I am going to recall the queen so that we are safe. So the funnel is set. Let's actually take out that to set up the Dragon Duke. Recall the queen here. I'm going to have to use a freeze again, I think. Honestly, I might take out that. No. Let's send the dragons in. Done that. Okay, we're looking okay. I'm going to rage the queen now because I'm just worried about the damage here. Where is my minion prince? He's facing that way. Okay, now let's do that. Send in the Dragon Duke. Queen is looking good over there. Let's use rocket loons onto that to try and help support. What an ability, because I was trying to keep an eye on the air mines and stuff and I just lost track, in all honesty. I couldn't quite see. So we've still got a freeze and invis. We've got the Dragon Duke stun, which we can use at the back. Let's freeze this, I think, for my minion prince moving through. Got the monolith. I wish the Dragon Duke was closer so we could use this stun. We've got the invis for the Dragon Duke. Let's use the stun there. Let's keep the minion prince alive to try and get the monolith. Oh my goodness. Come on. We can do this. Dragon Duke. You've got to carry. You've got to carry. Not the cleanest, but I will take it. A 3-star is a 3-star. The Monolith Arrow is going to help us get through these back-end defenses. These other troops aren't going to help too much. And even though it drops in effectiveness, you still have the base damage of the Queen, and you have the boost damage as well. 3-star is a 3-star. That's all I will say. If you want to see my breakdown of the best strategy using the Monolith Arrow for every town hall, I will link that video on your screen alongside a recommended video YouTube thinks you will like. Enjoy the rest of your day.